the books, can't escape from the team. Call the morning steam, it's time to break one for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott, running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
All right, and a pleasant good morning to you, coming from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show here for Friday, September 26th. We're going to talk everybody, all the American golf fans, down off the ledge. It's still only on the front nine of the first foursomes out here. Calm down. Let's try to, the internet's on fire already. Maybe if there wasn't so many commercials, maybe the U.S. they don't know there's commercials out there, but it does feel like the rhythm of the U.S. just isn't there right now. And oh my goodness, right now, a good thing they're not cumulatively putting in the scores, because Europe is pretty much hammering the United States right now out at the Ryder Cup. It's not even over here yet on the first foursomes. Anything can happen. They can come back in a couple of these matches, and even though Scotty and Henley are struggling in their match, and Morikawa and English are getting toasted by Rory and Fleetwood and his grandmother wife out there, no panic here for the U.S. Plenty of time here to wrap things up. If they can make sure you get at least one of these matches. It certainly, the pressure's on right now on Xander Schauffele, on Cantlay to win, and on Rahm and Hatton to win for Europe against Bryson and JT, because that would give them a 3-1 lead after. Again, we're only in the morning here, guys. Everyone's panicking right now. Calling the Ryder Cup over. I know I'm on Team Europe. I mean, I'll make a lot of friends here, it feels like, this week, and I'm not saying I told you so. I'm trying to give the U.S. a chance here to get things going. They said right now, is the beer flowing enough in the crowd? Do they need a little motivation? Do the crowd need to rile it up here a little bit? So, plenty of comments right now. I'm trying to keep them straight here as all the fans on X of the United States team are panicking here early on at the Ryder Cup. So that's our lead story here, of course. We'll keep an eye on it this morning, but so far not so good for the United States. Long way to go. We've been here, done that, so no problem so far, but they can't hit these few putts that they've needed here, and we'll see. Maybe by the end of this broadcast, it'll be tied. It'll be, looking more even than one-sided here at this point. We'll be here with you for the next hour plus, talking Major League Baseball with a few more pennant races, with our last day to go over every game, even the crummy ones today.
Final.
And there are 3 college football games tonight as well. There's WNBA playoffs tonight. Who do you got? Vegas Aces, Indiana Fever, Minnesota Lynx, Phoenix Mercury tonight. I got a couple of games to talk about in the CFL, and I want to hear from you in the chat. Mixed results for me overnight. We were able to get a couple of winners in tennis with Quarantine Mute over Greek Spore. We also had Kazao over Junshin Chang. But I was trying to get some other winners in there overnight. I lost my big rugby play with that big match between Melbourne Storm beating Cronulla Sharks. It's always going to be a little bit more defensive, but I thought it would be able to get over and split my Asian baseball plays. So I'm looking for some winners here on the Morning Steam Show here for Friday, and we'll talk about the action here on Thursday and what's in store tonight in Major League Baseball. Got a few big ones still on tap tonight as we get ready to roll into the postseason here next week. All right. Thanks for joining me, everyone, here in the chat. Let's say hello to some folks who might be filing in here to join me today with our previews. And let's see who's here in the chat. Can't keep my eyes off the Ryder Cup, of course, but Jimmy is here to get us started. Jimbo, he's got unicorns up here, I think, or no, he's got goats. Come on, a goat. Football, baseball, basketball, and Steam here. Cash Kane as well. Robert McCormick is here. I'm so glad to have you guys. Nuke is here, everyone. Like this video, subscribe to our channel, Sports Money, here on YouTube. And that's what they need right now. That's what the Americans need right now to get the taps flowing, apparently. I think they said that maybe they weren't open yet. I'm not sure. Come on, it's already 9:30 in the morning there at Bethpage Black. So, oh boy, it does feel a little bit uncomfortable right now with these scores the way it is. So, hey, Elliott was fired up. Great performance last night by the East Carolina Pirates, and we'll go there here, start the recap, and then maybe we'll go over to Winnable and take a look at some of those results anyway. But let's check out some of the results from the games last night here in football, including the National Football League. We take a look at the game last night. Hopefully you were here with us. I was here in the first quarter and the fourth quarter. Those were the best quarters. And the Seattle Seahawks did beat the Arizona Cardinals 23-20. I'm not going to say I got the game exactly right, because I think I did say that the winning team, I mean, it's not hard, right, when the total's 43 and the spread's close, but I did kind of say, hey, the winner will probably just barely get in the 20s, and the loser will probably end up, at 17, 19 points. It didn't quite go that way, but it pretty much did go that way. It was only with Kyler Murray time when Murray kind of led the Cardinals back, like he does so often, right? I mean, that's kind of their theme a little bit, always come back and then maybe end up a little bit short. So Cardinals lose to the Seahawks 23-20 on a 52-yard field goal at the gun to win it. Seattle led 14-3 at halftime, but then it was a comeback, of course, from Kyler Murray, who did it again. He led him back, hit Harrison finally. I was watching the game on the Next Gen Stats channel last night. That's the one I like to watch, actually, on the Thursday night with the Amazon. But they show the routes. They show, the receiver. It's kind of like they have a ink pen behind them. You can see their routes and kind of wonder where Harrison is running to sometimes. Maybe because I only get to watch that once a week. I mean, I know what a good route run looks like, I think. He did score that touchdown, though, clutch there to send the game basically into almost overtime. Of course, and that kicker comes out and can't make it in the landing zone. I know it's a new concept, but you got to know. Hopefully he knew. If it was a mistake, and that's fine, we all make a bad pass or a bad kick. But if he thought he was squibbing the kick, well, he made a mistake, and they got the ball at the 40-yard line. Were able to go down and get that field goal. The Cardinals lost on the last-second field goal last week, too. So Arizona struggled early, just 6 points, 147 yards in their first 9 drives. They had that and then some on their last 2 drives of the game. Arizona always crummy at home in division, 6-13 against the spread. Seattle got the money. We called it here, first half. If anything, our play here on the show, we said the Seattle first half was our play there yesterday. And I did have a high roller winner with the under over at Tony's Picks with my best play over there, Seattle and Arizona game to go under yesterday in that one. So how'd you do there? And Seattle's 3-1, and they could have easily been 2-2. I don't know if those teams are really all that great, but give Seattle credit pulling off that, coming back there almost after giving it away and getting the win. All right. Also, we got to recap it here for Elliot and the Pirates fans here. Is East Carolina got that win last night, 28-6, pure domination. Early, Pirates led 21-0 in the first quarter. Army was just 2 of 15 on third down. ECU was 7 of 12, and the Pirates outgained Army 430 to 290 in a reversal of what happened the previous year as the defense got down for East Carolina, holding that Army attack down to basically nothing. Granted, Army wasn't real strong at finishing anything either, so I'll give East Carolina credit there, and I whiffed on that one for sure. So Elliott had it, of course, with the Pirates there yesterday, so pardon me, and there it is. And he was, Elliott says they were leaving the game because they felt like they were dominating the game there, right? Yeah, it was a Thursday night. It was late, maybe. So Seahawks and under, right, Terrell? Could have went either way there in that game. All they had to do was get to overtime, and it might have went over there yesterday. Trevor Davis is here. And Elliott says that fake field goal, when number 0 scores your touchdown on the fake field goal, and then they're tossing the guy up in the air like he's Rudy. I think they got their most popular player there a touchdown last night. Number 0, who was that, Elliott? Number 0, the holder with the fake field goal there, and then they were really celebrating him on the sidelines there. Great job by number 0. Charismatic player for sure, and the other team was loving it. And man, pardon me, you guys. I might have to blow my nose here. And hey, we did have some winners there last night on the show, like Walker over 52.5. Hopefully, you joined us here for our Thursday night coverage with razor sharp picks. We were on the air there for most of the game. I was there for most of the game. I had to take a break in the middle for a little additional programming, but did have Walker over and did bring home also an under there, but nobody likes unders. So, all right, I'm making sure we're all fired up here. Pardon me a moment while I get everything in working order here, and also make sure that I have the giveaway going. Someone can win some free picks from me. Hopefully we have a little better session than the overnight session. We had some winners there for sure overnight, but going to be a big sports weekend. And hey, if you win, this is the time to subscribe on Friday if you haven't tried subscribing, because we got college football tomorrow and I'm going to have a bunch of plays. So if you're not having a great college football season or you want to see some additional advice, subscribe over at winnable.com/Ramon. Get more plays from me here this weekend. I'm going to definitely have, I would say, close to 12 games, maybe more here this weekend with my premium picks over at winnable.com. My high volume plays are here on my sports money premiums. Use the promo code STEAM. Click that QR code in the lower upper right-hand corner there of the screen. That'll take you right to the Winnable page. You don't need to type in anything, but it is winnable.com/Ramon. And use that promo code STEAM to save 20%. Let me run the commercial. That way I can put my head on straight.
It's your boy, Mikey Money. I'm inviting you to join the Sports Money crew on Winnable. Get all of our premium best bet selections.
For a low monthly cost, you get the very best bets delivered instantly to your phone by text the moment they're locked in. No delays, no missed lines, just the smartest plays at the best odds.
We do the work, you get the plays sent straight to your phone right when you need them.
Don't wait, don't guess, don't miss the line. Join the winning team today and start cashing tickets with Winnable.
All right, well, Xander and Cantlay gave their hole back to McIntyre and Hovland, and all of a sudden it's a 3-0-1 right now here in the first group of foursomes here, but man, Europe feeling good about where they're at right now here early, and the fans got to be a little bit uptight here right now. So, all right. I think we're all looking ready to go over here on the site, make sure everything's going along, and I think you guys got all your comments in. Let me cover a little bit, though, of Major League Baseball roundup from yesterday, and I think you might know where we stand here with the standings at this point and what is on the line here today in the major leagues. Here, let's see. Elliot says we got a couple of good games tonight in football. I think that's what he's saying. Timothy Hawk is here. Good morning, and good morning, Justin, in the chat today. He's ready to go tonight with some WNBA action here as well. Should check out the 2-3 Zone show with Justin and Ron Crawford, doing a great job here this season with that show. One of the most popular in WNBA, if not sports betting shows out there on YouTube. Great job by the guys this season to get that show so popular. All right, take a look at some of these games in the major leagues here right now from yesterday. I want to go over the results and some of the big games, including how about Noel Marte and that home run saving catch in the ninth inning for the Reds yesterday to preserve that win. Just a terrific catch by a great athlete, and the Reds got the win there. That was a game that we pretty much nailed. Wasn't too great for me on the basis, like I said. I mean, we've already toned down some of the plays here in the last week. I'm not always necessarily that guy. Oh, hey, a lot of anything can happen on the last week, but I got to be realistic too, especially on some of the prices getting a little wonky. So maybe that's just the way I see it. But man, that Marte catch was absolutely terrific because he timed it perfectly, jumped up, clearly going over the wall was that ball, and he caught it in the ninth inning, and you dream about that. Lodolo struck out 12 batters in 6 1/3 innings, and the Reds are just a game behind the Mets for that last wild card slot as we head into these final 3 games of the season right now, and we'll see tonight what happens with that one. Mets over the Cubs. That was big because the Mets, Frankie Lindor homered, and he's a 30-30 guy for the second time in his career. Mets led 6-0. They went on to win 8-5. Beatty home run, 3 RBIs in that one, and the Mets are the ones that are holding on to that wild card spot right now, ahead of Cincinnati and ahead of the Arizona Diamondbacks. The Dodgers shut out the Diamondbacks to clinch the National League West for the 12th time in 13 years. And good on you, Dodgers. Congratulations. Padres end up short. Dodgers win, but Padres will get these teams in the end. The reason why the Padres are going to have success this postseason is they'll have the bullpen. The Dodgers do not have any bullpen. And they don't have the starters to go. Ohtani hit his 54th home run, but he can't pitch more than a few innings when he's out there. Arizona, meanwhile, falls 2 games back of the Mets for the last wild card slot. So the Arizona Diamondbacks need to win, and then basically need the Mets and Cincinnati to lose a couple of ball games, 2 or 3 ball games here this weekend to have a chance. Could be it, but they're in there right now. Arizona is still alive anyway. Not in there, obviously, but they'll have a chance here still in the final night or 2 here of the season. So, all right, Tigers over the Guardians in that other big game. It was 4-2. The Tigers in a bullpen game got it done. 6 pitchers used in the win. They back to tie with Cleveland for the AL Central lead. The Tigers had 3 solo home runs in that one. And this weekend, Cleveland will host Texas, who definitely struggling there. A hot team against a cold team. Meanwhile, the Tigers will visit Boston. We know Boston has moved in here and closing in right now with that playoff spot as well. We'll see tonight what happens with the Red Sox. Also, Houston won over the A's 11-5. So the Astros are 1 game back still of the Detroit Tigers there. Christian Walker homered. He had 3 RBIs the A's had been beating up the Astros, but the Astros finally got one there, and we maybe went to the well one too many times with the Athletics there, but right now Houston's still alive heading here into Wednesday's action. It was the Blue Jays over the Red Sox 6-1. Very important there as well as the Blue Jays, who do own the tiebreaker over the Yankees. Here are tied with the Yanks heading into tonight's action. Dalton Varsho hit a grand slam in that one. Boston's magic number to clinch is 1 for that at least number 2 spot, or number 3 spot at least. But right now they're just 1. Magic number is 1 there for the Red Sox. All right, Phillies also got it done. They beat the Marlins 1-0. The only run of the game was scored in the first inning on a ground out. Walker Buehler pitched 5 shutout innings. And the Marlins, pretty good year for the Marlins. It was only yesterday, actually, that they became eliminated. So there were some, a long shot there, but they would have had to win them all and then need a bunch of help. But good year for the Marlins for sure as they fall there to the Phillies. Late, Royals over the Angels 9-4 with Lorenzen on the mound. Mike Trout hit his 401st career home run. All right, let's say hello to a few more folks. We're rolling with the show here right now. I think that covers most of the excitement there and the major leagues here last night. Hey, Schauffele and Cantlay got one back here. So U.S. hanging on. Make sure got to get 1 point here. It feels like here in these alternate shot foursomes here right now. All right. Also saw some other notes. Netflix is continuing to do business with Major League Baseball. They'll be streaming opening day game on there. They've already secured the Home Run Derby and All-Star, not the All-Star game, but the other events surrounding the All-Star game. And Netflix also secured the Field of Dreams game in Iowa, which is returning after they built up the stadiums there a little bit. And all right. Let's go to the chat and get rolling with the show here. And let's see, Cash Kane. Cash Kane called it, right, with Kurt Skillies there. Wine Time, good morning. Great to see Wine Time in the chat. We had a good time together last week, talking a little college ball and NYC Bar. Good morning. D Money is here as well. So thank you guys for being here. Let's roll in the chat and get rolling with our Major League Baseball important card here today. And there is one day game to talk about with St. Louis and the Cubs. Oh, man. Okay. The Wine says he'll be going there. I think it is next year. What they did was they redid the stadium there. It took, I think that's why it took a couple of years off there from the Field of Dream games, and they had to also probably build a new gift shop there in Dyersville. If you don't know the story of the gift shops. There, the Field of Dreams, kind of a funny story. The two had competing gift shops, and then one bought the other one out, but it used to be kind of a controversy. You'd go into one gift shop or the other, and they didn't like each other, apparently. And then I think the folks that ended up selling the gift shop ended up regretting it. Okay, so let's get right into it here in the Major Leagues today with... no, what am I doing? Let's start with college football, you guys. That's what I have set up. Oh, jeez, how embarrassing. Let me start it off with the college football tonight. We do have three games tonight. I think they're all good. All three of them. Let's go with Florida State taking on Virginia here. The Seminoles are a 7-point favorite here in this one on the road against Virginia tonight. You got to wonder, Florida State, hey, this is pretty exciting. With Florida State looking so good here right now with Castellanos at quarterback. Florida State's 3-0. They have a win over Alabama. Yeah, they whacked a couple of stiffs, if you know what I mean, as well. But, hey, they did win that big game, scored 31 points against Alabama, run for 230 yards in that game. Castellanos has looked pretty good. I mean, he's a Heisman Trophy candidate here so far. Seminoles pretty strong in this role as a road favorite, 6-2 against the spread under Coach Norvell coming in. They're also Norvell's teams are 16-8 against the spread as a road favorite. It's a real strong role for him as well. Although since Norvell's come in, they are just 19-22 against the spread in ACC games overall. Virginia lost at NC State 35-31, but they did club Stanford 48-20. Virginia's been hot on offense as well with their quarterback Chandler Morris. They've averaged 42 points per game in their Division I game, against the 1A teams here so far. So Morris, a good quarterback, played at TCU, played at North Texas, plenty of experience under Coach Elliott. Virginia 15-9 against the spread as an underdog, and 16-9 against the spread in ACC games. Virginia's 3-0 to the over in those games against 1A opponents so far this season. The last 7 meetings between these two teams have gone under, and this total is 60, which is up from the opener of about 57 or so. I say 57. Some books did open it a little bit lower than that even, but we're definitely looking at a 60 here right now, and pretty much 7s across the board with Florida State favored. The teams have split the last 6 in the series, and FSU has lost 2 of their last 3 visits here at Virginia. So far, home teams are 5-2 against the spread in conference games. We've only had 7 of them so far, but the home team's been kind of getting it done. What do you guys have in this one tonight when we see Florida State, 8th-ranked team in the country, taking on Virginia here tonight? Go to the chat and see what you guys have here for this one. Okay, here we go. Go to the comments. Hard to stop watching the Ryder Cup, you guys. My eyes are darting all over the place like I'm sketched out here. Oh, God, what's happening? NYC Bar is on Virginia. Nuke Worker is on the Knolls here. D-Money is on Virginia. Cash Kane is on Virginia. Lots of Virginia here. Elliot Jameson, he's on Virginia. A lot of people interested in taking a touchdown at home. Justin's on Virginia here as well. Virginia's gone 5-2 against the spread their last 7 games at home. Florida State's actually just 1-4 on the road straight up in their last 5, but they have won 4 of their last 5 overall. Florida State also 12-3 straight up against Virginia in the last 15 games. Florida State's gone over in 5 of their last 6 games overall. Virginia's gone over in 5 straight. But like we said, 7 straight unders between the two teams. Not only that, 10 of the last 11 matchups between these two have gone under. But I don't know if we've seen this good of a, offensive matchup between these two teams. Justin says Virginia will have some throwback uniforms tonight. Robert McCormick's on Virginia here. Man, this is all Virginia almost there in the chat. Robert also liking the under here, says it's a little bit too much here. Elliot says under and Virginia plus. Okay, under and Virginia plus. Seminoles will have a big night. Jimmy's on Virginia here. Trevor going with his Seminoles here right now. Raw Manhattan building the 2-stroke lead here right now. 2-hole lead right now. And Terrell says Knowles over on their team total. FSU scored 31 points against Alabama and 76 and 66 against those bums, if you know what I mean. But Terrell likes it still to have a big night tonight. And look, Virginia's got a pretty legitimate offense here. It feels like getting these points. And, man, the chat was really hot here on Virginia today. And I'm going to side with the chat here in this one. I'm going to say maybe just a little bit too much. Here's what could happen. I mean, Florida State could actually be up, 10 or more, 10, 13 points, maybe 14. We know it's 7, so a touchdown wouldn't necessarily help there. But in a game which maybe we're not going to see a lot of defense, maybe those points will be just valuable enough, and I will take Virginia here, kind of with the chat a little bit there. Look, I'm kind of big on Castellanos here, and I just hate getting caught up in maybe that Florida State trap a little bit. I don't mean trappy like trap game, but, we've seen this Florida State team. I mean, look, they weren't great, obviously, last year, and all of a sudden they're turning it around like this. I don't know, in a conference game laying on the road here on a Friday night, I'm going to have to take the Wahoos in this one. All right, I'd say professional. A lot of support for that under from professionals, but, man, these two quarterbacks really looking good here so far. We'll see tonight. Okay, thanks a lot, you guys, for that. And let's move on to the next one here now with TCU taking on Arizona State here in this one. And Arizona State favored in this one by 2.5 here. It's up to 3. We got to update this. ASU up to 3. And the total, 54.5. It looks like here right now with TCU taking on ASU in this one. Another good one here so far. You got TCU 3-0 coming in. Who'd they beat? They beat North Carolina, remember, 48-14. Stomped them right there, and beat SMU 35-24. Got a good quarterback here in Hoover. Basically, third season of starting pretty much, it feels like, for Hoover here right now. For the Frogs, Sonny Dykes and the Frogs, 15-11 against the spread in Big 12 games under Coach Dykes. TCU, they haven't been overwhelming defensively. I don't think that Carolina game was certainly a dominant performance there, but for Arizona State here, they won 27-24 at Baylor in their conference opener last week. They're 3-1, 1-0 in conference play already. The Sun Devils also beat Mississippi State, or lost at Mississippi State, remember, 24-20, and beat Texas State 34-15. They got a pretty good quarterback as well in Leavitt. Under Coach Dillingham, the Sun Devils are 15-5 against the spread in Big 12 games so far. Also, 8-1 against the spread as a favorite. But this TCU team does pose some different challenges for sure. Also, ASU 12-5 against the spread under Dillingham, coming in off of a win. Sun Devils did go under in all 3 of their games that they played against Division 1A foes so far this season. Can't really sell you on the series history. These teams haven't met since 2000. 2000. Period. 25 years since these two teams have met. Now, TCU comes in hot. They've won 7 straight dating back to last season. They've gone 6-1 against the spread in those games, including 4-1 against the spread on the road. Meanwhile, ASU's won 8 straight at home. They've been really using this home field over the last season and a half here right now. They're 9-2 straight up in their last 11, 9-2 straight up against the spread in their last 11. They're also 7-0 against the spread in Big 12 competition, but TCU's 5-1 straight up in their last 6 games in conference, but again, Arizona State's covered all these conference games here of late. Let's see what you guys have in this one. ASU favored here. And Musetti just beat GMP just a few moments ago. Taking care of business there. I'm sending out the wrong games here. Okay, let's go to the chat for your opinion of TCU and ASU. Here we go. Justin says, hey, it's an overlook spot. Oh, we're back on that other game there real quick. It says overlooking them here. You got the Hurricanes up next. 9 Legacy likes Florida State by 3 touchdowns tonight. Here we go. TCU for NYC Bar. Here's 9 Legacy. Says Houston on the spread. ASU money line. Weinstein. He might be, our kind of our Pac-12. I'll say Big 12, our West Coast correspondent, if you know what I mean. Elliot likes ASU game to go. Let me get it here. ASU, a little trouble here. ASU game to go over there for Elliot. And over is, I think that's what he's saying. He's trying to spit it out. Nuke says take TCU, a little bit of plus price. Bobby Mack says go under 55.5. Look at Elliott bringing in the heat here with some props. Hoover over 285 yards passing, and Tyson to score 2 touchdowns here.
Final.
All right. And I might go to a prop here as well. I'm going to go to, let me make sure I get it right. I think I'm going to play a prop in this game between Florida State and ASU. And I'm going to take Riley Brown over, let's see, what is he right now? I'm going to go over 59.5, 60, I'm sorry. Let me look at the price here on Brown. Oh, man, it's been going up. Oh, boy. Hold on, I might have to pivot a little bit. Came in here a little bit more confident in this, but let me see. Brown is at 57.5. Okay, now I'm in. Give me Brown over 57.5 rushing yards for ASU tonight. That'll be my play here. Riley Brown over 57.5 rushing yards here in the game tonight. All right. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Let's go to the last one here right now. I think I got a few more comments from you here. Elliot finally got it out there. Jimmy's on TCU. And let's see. Jimbo likes the over. Flea Mathis is here today. And Justin says he'll just take after the first touchdown. If it's 7-0, he's ready to go with the dog here. Thinks it'll be a good one. All right. And 9 Legacy, TCU on the money line. All right, and there's one more. I know everybody said 2 good games. I mean, come on, let's sell it. We got another game here. Houston on the road, taking on Oregon State. And we'll see Connor Wegman here coming off that 222-yard performance and 2 touchdowns in that win over Colorado so far. Houston racking it up. They beat Stephen F. Austin 27-0. They beat Rice 35-9, and they beat Colorado also 36-20. So not the toughest schedule in the world, but certainly Houston taking care of business, looking pretty good defensively so far as well. I would think that Oregon State could have a tough time here offensively, actually, with their offense not only running but passing as well. Murphy so far, I think it'll be Murphy. We don't know. He only had limited action in that Oregon game. They got stomped so bad he was out of the game. So I think Murphy, though, is still in there tonight. I'll just peek at the injury report here. And he's not even on there, so I guess we're going to expect him here tonight. But I don't know if they can get going with this running game with Ankerson tonight against Houston. Houston showing some defense so far, and also against these receivers. Trent Walker was a no-show last game as well, and see if he can kind of get back on track so far for Oregon State. They lost to Cal 34-15, a Cal team that just got beat up by San Diego State. So, they weren't great. They lost to Fresno 36-27. They lost to Texas Tech 45-14. And they lost to Oregon 41-7. This spread has gone up dramatically, mostly because Oregon State is not looking great. I did say that the one thing about Oregon State and Washington State, when they got left out to dry there, granted they got to keep the money from the Pac-12. They eventually kind of gave some of it back to get their new conference together, but when they were left high and dry without a conference, and I think it really affected them. It's already tough enough to get players to come play in Corvallis and Pullman, but without the backbone of the Pac-12, the old Pac-12, and I don't know, we'll see what happens with the new Pac-12. It can't be any worse, but they just really had trouble, landing enough good players. It feels like, and right now, I mean, Oregon State is really paying the price here right now. So I'm going to go with Houston in the first half for sure here. I think they'll get off to a strong start here. Could be a big game for Houston here tonight at Oregon State. The spread has gone up from as low as an opener of 9 at circa all the way up here to 13.5 right now. Some of the late to market books did open 11.5, and then it eventually went to 13.5, but still just a pretty big number here right now between these two. We've seen the spread move quite a bit. Houston's gone under in 15 of their last 20 games. They do ride one of the nation's top defenses here for sure, ranking in the top 10 in both yards per game and yards per play defensively, while giving up under 10 points per game on the road. Oregon State has dropped 5 straight dating back to last season, covering just once in its last 6 home contests, and is averaging a dismal 1.9 yards per carry right now against their Power 4 opponents. The Beavers had just 7 points against the Ducks last week. Despite a tough early schedule, Houston is off to its best start in 9 years. And I don't know, doing it with defense, it feels like here. I think Oregon State will have enough problems scoring, and they could probably be stout enough defensively to keep even Houston down a little bit here if the total is going to be 48, 49 right now, or 47 here this morning. We're seeing some movement for sure to 47 in this one. So maybe some value's gone there. Let's go to the chat and see what you guys have here. Got a late one. Come on. Houston and Oregon State. We can live with it. I know it's 3-0 against 0-4, but there's a point spread. All right. Let's see what you got here. And it's going to start off here with Elliott. It's got Sammy. Oh, he's still talking about the ASU game. He's got Sammy to get those touchdowns. Justin was Oregon State here tonight. He says they can hang in this one. Also, NYC Bar. I like to see over here. Markets popping off here in the first half hour, huh? It's in the week strong. Sorry, gang. Houston, there's an exact score prediction from Elliott. And Nuke says, this game's too late for Nuke. But Nuke, we got some late action and some CFL, don't forget. Robert's on Houston. And Jimbo says, Houston first half with me. I'm going to write down Jimbo's on it with me. I'm going to write that down. Jimbo, you and me, man. I'm going to come on here and say it tomorrow. And Bobby Mack says, under here, Oregon State team total. AOD is here today. Thank you, AOD. Great to see you in the chat. And that looks like it from you guys on the football game tonight. So I'll take Houston in the first half to get off to a good start. Made it by a touchdown. All right. Well, they're on the back nine here right now, and we're seeing, let's see. Oh, maybe they can get one here. Thomas and DeChambeau going for a bird here. Put some pressure at least on Europe here right now, but Rahm Hatton up by 2 holes. So, all right, let me get to the baseball. I'm sweating out every stroke here with the Ryder Cup, and putt's not going to go for the Americans. Let's go to baseball. That's what I promised to do with our day game here right now with Miles Mikolas going up against Colin Ray here in this one. You got Cubs, going to be a pretty hefty favorite. $1.70, maybe even $1.75 now. 9 under 20. Definitely seeing a move here with a widely reported steam came in on the under in this game, actually. And, man, that's a bummer. I was looking to maybe go under with these two here. I will say this. Pete Crow Armstrong, now look, the Cubs already have clinched, so you might see some players rest. I hope they don't rest Pete Crow Armstrong here today. PCA has an incredible stat line against Miles Mikolas in this matchup. PCA, 4 home runs off of Miles Mikolas and just 7 at-bats. How about that? 4 home runs in 7 at-bats for PCA. But I think we might see, let me take a look here and look at the expected lineups today with the day game already in, with this being the lone day game here. We'll see who's, I don't know why you would sit him, but insane numbers there for PCA. I wanted to quote him exactly here. I wasn't quite ready to go on that, but I was reciting it off of earlier. Let me see here if I can get those numbers exactly for PCA. There it is. Okay. 7 at-bats, 6 hits, 4 home runs, a double, and 4 RBIs. So, wow, you got to take Pete Crow Armstrong here for a big blast, I would think. But I'm going to take the under in this game between St. Louis and the Cubs. Let me give at least a little preview of the game here. This one's at still nothing at stake here for the Cubs. They will host the Padres in a 3-game National League wild card series. So, Colin Ray, 10-7 record, 4.1 ERA, 1.27 the whip for Miles Mikolas. 8-10 record, 4.76 ERA, 274 batting average against. Coming into this one, the Cubs here have lost 6 of their last 7 games coming in to this contest right now, and also 12 of the last 17 meetings between these two teams have gone over, and Cardinals have gone over in 6 of the last 7 at Chicago, but I'm going to still go under in this game tonight. The trends would say over for sure. Chicago's gone over in 6 of their last 7 games overall, but I'm going to take the under here in this one. Let's go to the chat. Got a few comments from you. Justin says he likes he's got Michael Busch over at his total bases there. Justin also with the Cubs. Cubs for Irish King. Cubs first 5 for Robert. Cubs money line for NYC Bar. I don't know if I can go with the Cubs at $1.70 at a game that doesn't mean anything, but St. Louis ain't doing anything special either. And Nuke says the Padres can catch the Cubs. No, they're done. Cubs host the wild card series here. I thought for sure you might be right there. You might be right there, brother. But Padres did have the day off there yesterday, and get to that matchup here in just a moment. All right, let's see here. Terrell, so what do you say? PC odds are 500. There you go. Let's do it. Let's do it with PCA. Let's see here. They did go 3 up on him, man. Oh boy, the U.S. is really hurting here. Feels like right now. Oh man. All right. Yeah. No, you're right, Nuke. Padres could still do it. I just have a feeling that the Cubs will end up being able to take one. Didn't mean to disrespect the Cubs. They definitely have something to play for here this weekend. All right, Elliot says, yeah, you bet we are. We got our live coverage of UFC action here on Saturday. Don't forget, I believe it's 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific from uh, Australia with that main event with Carlos Solberg and Dominic Reyes here. And we'll be along with our companion coverage on the Sports Money Network. So that should be a fun time. We'll be by with that card here. I think they've actually lost a fight already on the card matchup. Let me see. I think I had it here actually. McAuliffe and Elliott has been canceled. So I don't know if they found another fight there. I think that one was just canceled. Imagine going all that way, you get your fight canceled. But I think we did have one cancellation there for sure in that card. So, all right. Let's keep it going here right now with our previews of the major leagues there. Terrell likes that PCA for sure. 4 home runs and 7 at-bats. He's got to hit a home run. Okay, next up, we've got the White Sox taking on the Nationals here with Jonas Gomez here. Make sure I get his make sure I get Gomez's name right here. All right, here we go. Whoops. Have a little bit of an issue, a little bit of technical issue here, gang. Stand by. Got my pitcher. Got to have my pitcher stats up and ready, don't we? Okay, here we go. Yandris Gomez here comes in with a 4.92 ERA, 1.39 WHIP in 20 appearances for Gomez here. Just 8 starts, 1.39 WHIP, 238 batting average against. And for Washington, it'll be Cade Cavalli, 3-1 record in 9 starts, a 4.23 ERA, 1.43 the WHIP coming in, 282 batting average against. For the White Sox here, they come in having lost 5 straight games. They've lost 6 straight on the road. They've actually gone 5-12 against Washington long term here in this interleague matchup. Washington's lost 7 of their last 10 and 5 of their last 6 games at home coming in. Washington's gone under in 4 of their last 5 games coming in. Meanwhile, the White Sox have come in here into this one having gone under in 10 of their last 13 games. So heavy under streak right now here for these two. Cavalli's been struggling here a little bit of late. ERA over 5.5 over his past 5 starts, and Washington's been getting hit pretty hard. White Sox actually coming in with a little bit of momentum, it feels like, off of a not any winning here, that's for sure. But at this price, let me see, what is it currently? I looked 130, 9 under 20. Man, my browser's stuck, guys. So my script is off and everything like that. I'm kind of fumbling around here, actually. So, okay. And I'll go ahead and take Washington here in this one. The White Sox have been pretty dismal. Cavalli, not great numbers, but I'm going to go ahead and take Washington here as a little tiny home favorite, at least right now. All right. I think that's what I'm just guessing. That's what my script said. I think it did when I printed it or ran it through. Let me get your guys' plays. Thank you. That'll help me. Here we go. Andrew G. Good morning. Here's Wood for a home run for Cash Kane. Irish King says Washington first 5. Nationals money line and over. Nationals at home and over there. Washington has the rest. You guys are all fired up for this game like it's the end of the world. Jimbo's on the Nationals, and Nuke says the loser goes on to play Colorado. Robert's on the White Sox money line here. Timothy Hawk says Nerfy in this one. And you guys will miss baseball. Looks like Nationals run line for Barr, and Cavalli did have a good outing last time against the Mets. So good. That's good. Yeah, because he was getting shelled pretty good there, wasn't he? All right, next up. Minnesota. Now I think my computer's finally working here now that we got off the crummy game. Minnesota coming in here with Joe Ryan. 29 starts, a 13-9 record, 3.31 ERA, 217 batting average against, and a 103 whip here for Ryan. Coming in for Philadelphia and Nola. U.S. getting a little fired up here right now. Nola here, 4-10 record, 6.46 ERA. And for the Phillies here, they come in having won 14 of their last 20. Minnesota's lost 10 of their last 15 games overall coming into this one. I think we'll have some okay pitching here for sure with these two. Ryan has been struggling here for sure. Both these guys, I think Nola's definitely having a little bit better numbers here, but I'm going to go under in this game. In fact, I think I got to update the line. It's down to 8/20 at some places here. Definitely seen a move to the under. It feels like the widely reported steam came in on the under, if you know what I mean. And the price here is down to $1.55. So maybe it is a little bit of a discount on the Phillies here. We know the Phillies situation here currently kind of feels like they're locked in there. They could catch the Brewers here 2 games back of the Brewers here right now with 3 to play. But I'm going to go ahead and take the under in this one with Minnesota and Philly tonight. Give me the under 8 runs at about even money. And I'll try the under here. All right, Shoffley and Cantlay. I mean, at least they've opened up a 2-hole lead right now. It feels more and more like this is going to go 3-1 in the first foursomes here. All right, here we go. And Terrell likes Washington to take out the Sox there in that one. Here we go, Twins money line for Cash Kane, and he also likes the over here. Justin likes Byron Buxton to go over in his total bases. Elliott says Phillies are starting Nola here, who's been struggling here, so go over, and I just said I'm going under. And Barr says take the Phillies on the money line. 9 Legacy says he likes the Twins, first 5, -0.5, Cubs, and Cardinals full game, over. Thank you, 9 Legacy. Bobby Mack says Phillies, first 5, run line. All right, I'll keep it moving here right now with Baltimore taking on the Yankees. And let's see here. Oh, I got to get the Yankees pitching updated. I don't think it was a surprise. I think I just messed up here with Will Warren. All right, interesting matchup here with the Orioles taking on the Yankees. In this one, you got Tyler Rogers going here for the Orioles, man. What a run this man's been on. 17 starts, 9-2 record, 1.35 ERA. Seems like it gets better every game. A 0.87 whip, 178 batting average against, and 233 BABIP here for Rogers. They're in position to play a little bit of spoiler if they can. The Yankees, as we noted, currently tied with the Blue Jays atop the standings. Blue Jays do own the tiebreaker, but for sure the Orioles can probably play spoiler with Rogers on the mound. He's been so good, Tyler Rogers has, with his numbers. Now, you do have Baltimore coming in, having lost 5 of their last 6 games against the Yankees overall. Orioles, though, have won 12 of their last 18 on the road. Orioles have gone under in 6 of their last 8 games overall. Yankees have won 5 straight. coming in right now. And also, Yankees have won 4 of their last 5 games at home coming in. So let's see what you guys have here in this one. I'll look to the chat. Yankees have gone under in 6 of their last 7 games overall. A lot of under here, but I don't know. I'm not so sure, even with Rogers going. Let's see what you have in the chat. I might be a little contrarian here in this one. Here's Cash Kane. He says, go Orioles, Moneyline and under. Timothy Hawks got the under in this one. Justin says, go with Rogers over on his strikeouts. And Elliot says, Yankees and under. And Robert is on the Yankees here as well. I know a lot of under here, but I'm going over today. Feeling like that guy with some of these games. I'm going over with Rogers and Warren. In fact, I got to update the line here because I know it's at least 8.5 under. So you can see here a little bit of a move. I might be chasing some of these moves here today. But at least we get even money on that 8.5 price. And, Yankees $1.50, $1.55 or so right now. I'm going to go over in this one. All right, I want to say hello to my good friend Earth to Air, the billionaire today, and also Hammer 555. Talking about the PFL action here today. We got PFL coming up in just a short time here. I think within the hour, I think is where that one gets started. So PFL action here momentarily ready to go here from Europe. And I believe it is on, I want to say it's on, it's not on ESPN Plus. Maybe it's on DAZN. I wish I had time to get that for you, Hammer. Maybe somebody can help us out in the chat. Here's Yankees run line. And Nine Legacy says Yankees the first 5 full game. Yankees team total over. Nationals on the run line. And I think that's going to do it in that one. I'm going to go over, though, with this matchup. All right, hello to Stop Geo in the chat. Great job last night in the chat with our coverage of UFC. Thursday Night Football. I'm thinking about tomorrow's stream. Here we go. Going to keep it going right now with the Rays taking on the Blue Jays with Adrian Hauser going up against Shane Bieber here in this one for Hauser. He comes in with an 8-4 record, 1.26 WHIP, 3.18 ERA, 3.02 BABIP. Hauser, Tampa Bay, 13-7 are the Rays with Hauser on the mound. He's 7-12 to the under this season for Shane Bieber. 6 starts, a 3.57 ERA, 0.96 WHIP, 221 batting average against. Tampa Bay comes in having lost 13 of their last 19 overall, but they are 11-3 in their last 14 games against Toronto coming in. Toronto's lost 6 of their last 8, but they've won 5 of their last 7 at home, and they've gone under in 13 of their last 19 games overall. Also, they've gone under in 5 of their last 7 games against the Rays overall, and I think that's where I'm heading. I think I'm going under here in this matchup with the Rays and the Blue Jays today, but let's hear from you. Like I said, I feel a little maybe contrarian in the chat. I don't know who the public's on necessarily in that one. Blue Jays money line for Cash Kane. And Justin's on the Blue Jays on the run line here. Elliot says, give me the Rays and the over. Trevor says under in the Blue Jays game. Nuke says, it's now or never. And Timothy's got the Ray is a nerfy in this one, and Irish King likes Tampa Bay on the money line. But I'm going with the under as my play here. And, man, I like these totals today, and I kind of told myself I was kind of backing off the premiums in baseball. I think you're getting some these totals. I like these totals that I'm on here so far. I know I just went with 3 in a row, 4 of them so far, And got to be honest, I like these totals. If it was a couple of weeks ago, some of these would be premiums, and right now they're just not. As the end of the season kind of sketchiness there. NYC bar on the Blue Jays on the money line. So I'm feeling about as confident as I can when they're talking about the last 3 games of the season here right now. So hopefully that's not too flaky, but I feel pretty strong about these games here on the Morning Steam Show. All right. Here we go. Next up, the Mets taking on the Marlins in this one with Sproat going here for the Mets and Sandy Alcantara going for the Marlins for Branson Sproat. Here he comes in with an ERA of 3.94, 1.19 whip coming into this one for Sandy. 30 starts and a 5.4 ERA, 1.28 whip coming in. Alcantara has not been great at home. We know that. It's been rough, and the Mets obviously in a situation here, feeling the pressure, feeling like they do need to win. 1 game ahead in the wild card chase right now, ahead of Cincinnati, ahead of Arizona, and now they have game favoritism here for sure, $1.25 right now, maybe even up to $1.30 in this one. The total is 8/20. So let's see what you have. Miami, they always seem to spoil it for the Mets, don't they? It always seems like they're lurking here, and you still got Sandy here. Pressure's going to be on these Mets. Maybe you got a team that needs to win desperately at $1.30, $1.35 here right now. Let's see what you guys have in the chat here in this one, this key game for sure for the Mets. Let's go to your picks. And it's going to be Cash Canes on the Marlins first 5. And let's see here. Under first 5 for Terrell. I think you might be talking about the Rays and the Jays game? Rays and Jays. Yeah, I think that's what he said. Justin likes the Mets here. Elliot likes the Mets. Trevor likes the Mets on the run line. NYC Bar likes the Mets on the run line. But here's Timothy. He's on the Marlins. Robert's on the over here in this one. Jimbo says Mets. A lot of Mets, man. I've seen this show before, and I know it's hard to take Sandy, but I'm on Miami here in this one. Give me Miami tonight over the Mets. I'm taking the Marlins over the Mets here. We'll see. Not saying the Mets are going to pull the El Foldo here. It's not over yet. They obviously, they have the 1-game lead. They've been hitting okay here, close to 270 over the past month or so, and bullpen's been doing pretty fine as well, but I'm going to go ahead and take Miami here in this one. All right, next up. Here it is, the Tigers taking on the Red Sox here with Casey Mize going up against Harrison of the Red Sox, acquiring that Devers trade. Devers could appear a rarity here if he plays all the games this weekend. I don't know. He probably will, knowing that he could play in 163 regular season games. Could Rafe Devers? He hit that another home run last night for the Giants. But if he plays, he could play in 163 games this season. How about that? For the Tigers here and Mize, he comes in with a 14-6 record. Tigers are 18-9 with Mize on the mound. He's done a really good job, actually. 3.9 ERA, 1.28 whip, 307 BABIP. Not overwhelming numbers, but hey, when you're winning games, you win 2 out of every 3 games for a Detroit team that it has been disaster, but they're hanging on by a thread right now and can still make the postseason. A game ahead of Detroit here right now, just 1 game behind Boston. Hey, they could even move up. could Detroit, should they turn it around here on the Red Sox here this weekend in this key series to make the playoffs and maybe even move up? The Tigers have lost 8 of their last 10. Red Sox have won 6 of their last 10 games coming in. For the Red Sox here right now, they've won 4 of their last 6, but they've dropped 5 of their last 7 at home. Detroit's dropped 5 of their last 7 on the road. Detroit's actually won 5 straight meetings between these two teams overall, even though Detroit has lost 8 of their last 9 games coming in. They're also 4-11 in their last 15 games on the road against Boston. 7 of the last 9 meetings between these two teams have gone over. Let's see what you guys have in the chat here in this important series starting here tonight with the Tigers and the Red Sox. Go to the chat here, and we've got NYC Bar on the Red Sox. Elliot's on the Red Sox as well. 9 Legacy says Tigers run line, Tiger team total over, and the Mets there. Is that what that said? Oh, Mets run line. Mets run line, okay. Let's see here. Cash Kane likes Mize here in this game. Justin likes the Tigers here. I mean, can the Tigers shake off this near disaster here at the end of the season and somehow make it in? Elliot's on the under here. Timothy says, look, I'm a Guardians fan, but the Tigers won't go down without a fight, even though he wants them to lose. He thinks the Tigers, you got to think there's got to be some resiliency eventually, right, with the way things have gone here. And Robert likes the over here in this one, and so do I. Give me the over with this one tonight with Detroit and Boston. Hey, I'm hitting up these totals here on the morning steam tonight, aren't I? Tonight. Rangers on the road with Jack Leiter. He's taking on Slade Ciccone. In this one for Leiter, he comes in with a 9-10 record. Texas is 10-18 with Leiter, so Leiter keeps him in games, and then when he leaves, the bullpen usually gives it up. He's 10-17 to the under. However, this season, 3.92 ERA, 2.25 batting average against for Slade Ciccone, a 7-6 record, 4.15 ERA, 1.18. The WHIP coming in for the Rangers here. We know that they're trying to play spoiler. They've been terrible down the stretch. They missed their opportunity to make the playoffs and went 1-9 in their last 10 games overall, 1-4 straight up on the road. Texas has won 5 of the last 7 games against Cleveland, and Texas has gone under in 5 straight. Cleveland's gone under in 5 of their last 6 games. 8 of the last 9 games for Cleveland have gone under coming in. Cleveland's actually won 6 of the last 7 at home against Texas here. I'm going to go under in this one with the Rangers and the Guardians tonight. Give me the under. Am I going to go with all totals here on the show? All right, let's see here. Robert, though, I think he likes the over. It might be this kind of game or the last one. NYC Bar likes Cleveland. Elliot likes the Guardians here as well. And Timothy Hawk says Ciccone has been looking pretty good here of late, right? And let's see here. Elliot likes the over, and Robert likes the under here, I think, with me. So, yeah, I think for Ciccone here right now, definitely been a little bit better here of late. His past 5 starts, and he's got about 3.4 ERA or so. And look, the Guardians, the thing that's going to make them tough, I think, in the postseason, much like my Padres, is the bullpen. Guardians haven't assured anything yet. They're tied with the Tigers. Could still fall out of the playoffs, but they've won 8 of their last 10 overall, despite losing there in that last one. So give me the under, though, here in this one. Next up, the Pirates are on the road, taking on the Braves, playing out the string here a little bit with Mitch Keller on the mound, going up against Joey Wentz. Keller, 6-15 this season. The Pirates are 11-20 with Keller on the mound. Braves come in pretty hot for sure. They are paying a pretty hefty price here at $1.55 for a team that these two teams have nothing to play for, but still, Braves come in one of the hottest teams actually in the league here currently down the stretch. They've won 10 of their last 11. They've also defeated Pittsburgh in 17 of the last 20 meetings here in Atlanta. Pittsburgh has won 4 of their last 5 games. They've gone under in 11 of their last 15. 6 straight meetings between these two teams have gone under. Atlanta's gone under in 6 of their last 9 at home, and Pittsburgh's gone under in 4 of their last 5 games on the road. But I'm going to take Atlanta here on the run line tonight to put an exclamation point a little bit on this season. And I'll take a little bit of plus money here with the Braves tonight. They are at -1.5. And let's see here.
Final.
Get it straight here. Atlanta -1.5 at +125 or 130 here right now. So, hey, pretty interesting there for sure. All right. Next up, let's take a look here right now. Oh, let me get your comments. Sorry, guys. This game, I'm ready to blow this one off. Cash Cane maybe under here. NYC Bar on the over. Elliot says Braves and over, and Robert likes the Braves on the run line first 5 here with me. Continuing on right now with the Reds taking on the Brewers here with Littell going in this one. And oh man, the U.S. is down officially 1-0 here. They're going to walk off the course here with 6 to play, 4-3. Raw Manhattan with the win over DeChambeau and Thomas. And Europe leads 1-0 at the Ryder Cup. And the other ones are about to get wrapped up to their Shoffley and Cantley 3-hole lead over Hovland. They'll have to play a few more holes here, but maybe the U.S. looks like they'll grab one here, barring a disaster, and they'll be down 3-1 after the morning session here at the Ryder Cup. Good luck to that. Like I said, I'm not saying hope you're with me. I did give out Team Europe here, a little bit of plus money. All right, let me take a look at this one with Littell here, 10-8 record, 3.86 ERA, 1.1 WHIP. For Priester here, he's 13-2 with a 3.25 ERA, 1.21 WHIP. Brewers are 17-6 with Quinn Priester on the mound. The Reds have won 6 of their state, but they have lost 14 of the last 19 to Milwaukee. Milwaukee's won 5 of their last 6 games at home, but like I said, Milwaukee, right now in their current standing, if you will, in the National League, they're ahead of the Phillies by 2 games here currently. Looks like they can hang on, but still a little bit to play for. Reds just 1 game back in that wild card chase. So pretty important game here. Both teams a little something to play for here for sure right now. Let's see what you guys have in this one. Cincinnati's gone under in 7 of their last 10 on the road. Milwaukee's gone under in 4 of their last 5. Cincinnati's also gone under in 6 of their last 9 games overall coming in. And let's go to the chat here. I'm going to actually go over, though, as my pick tonight in this one. Give me the over with Cincinnati and Milwaukee here. Okay. Here we go. We got a Brewers run line here for VAR. Cash Cane likes the Reds money line. Elliot says Brewers on the run line. And Cash Cane says, I'm not sure the Brewers care. I think he thinks maybe the Brewers will just be complacent here. Maybe they think they can hold off the Phillies and still win that number 1 seed. Really just got to get 1, I think, here. Priester over 4.5 strikeouts for Elliott. And Timothy Hawk says Brewers run line. Robert's on the under here. And Stop Geo says he's got the Brewers money line. And Justin says the Brewers control the Reds' destiny, right? If they want to win it, they win it. If they want to lose it, there. Jimmy goes over in this one with me. All right. All right, we got a few more here. An important game here. Astros, one game back here currently of the Tigers, so they have a definite something to play for going up against Hendricks here and the Angels for Jason Alexander. Still, man, 9-2. The Astros are 10-2 now with Alexander on the mound. He's 4-2 overall, 4.83 ERA, 1.39 WHIP, 288 BABIP coming in for Hendricks here. 30 starts, an 8-10 record coming into this one. Hendricks 4.79 ERA, 1.28 WHIP, 263 batting average against here. Houston is down to a dollar. $1.40 here at least, but mostly lower at other books as well. You're getting a bit of a discount here on a Houston team that needs to win. And the total is 9 flat maybe here right now. Maybe it's a little tick to the over in this one. But you can get Houston at some of the sharper books, $1.30 or less here. I've got to take Houston in this one. Give me the Astros tonight over the Angels. I'm not sure the Angels are going to pull a spoiler on Houston. They might have won a couple there, but I'm going to have to take Houston here tonight for at least one of the teams. It feels like I've been fading the teams a little bit that have to win here tonight, but Houston has lost 5 of their last 6 coming in, but they have defeated the Angels in 5 of the last 6 meetings here in Anaheim. Houston's also won 12 of the last 17 over the Angels overall, and the Angels have lost 11 of their last 13 coming in. Angels have gone over in 6 of their last 9 at home, but Houston's gone under in 7 of their last 10. I have a feeling Alexander can come in here actually and pitch a pretty good game, and you do get some effort. Hendricks, what can you say? Guy's got a rubber arm here at this point. Has he retired yet? I'll take the Astros tonight. Let's see what you guys have in the chat here with Cash Game likes the Angels here, but Justin says Astros on the run line. Elliott is on the Astros. Oh, thank you, Justin. Yeah, we're great for Hendricks here, and man, he really did the job. I think I'm going to end up on the plus side and for Kyle Hendricks in his career. Retires as a World Series champ too. Don't forget. So, all right, Elliott says he's siding with the Astros. Maybe a little sentiment there, with Hendricks, huh? And Robert says go under. Elliott says it'll be bad pitching here. I don't know. I think we might see some good pitching tonight in this one. All right, next up, the Diamondbacks taking on the Padres here. Another big one with the Diamondbacks fighting for their lives now, though. At 2 games back, they feel like they have the most desperate situation, especially they've lost 2 straight. But you're going up against Yu Darvish here for the Padres. For Gallen comes in here with a 4.7 ERA, 1.23 WHIP, 236 batting average against. For Darvish here, 5.51 ERA, 1.14 WHIP, 239 batting average against here in this one. 274 BABIP for Darvish. Look, these guys have some rough ERAs, but I'm probably going to go under here in this game in San Diego. Arizona's lost 4 of their last 6 against the Padres. Padres have won 5 of their last 7 at home. They've won 4 of their last 5. Overall, trying to finish strong here. Like Nuke said, they can still wrestle that home field advantage from the Cubs. Arizona and the Padres have gone under in 8 of their last 10 games here in San Diego. Padres have gone under in 5 of their last 7. I'm going to go under here as well in this one. And You know what? I'm going to put 7.5 because I think it's gone down here to 7.5. There's some juiced unders to the 8 right now, and the Padres are down to at least $1.40, if not $1.35 right now. But I'm going to go with the under in this game with Arizona and San Diego here tonight. All right, Europe's wrapped up another one here, 2-0. They're going to go up 3-0 here momentarily, as we said. All right, here come the comments in the chat. And we've got here with Cash Gaines on the Diamondbacks as his favorite play of the day. Elliot's got the Diamondbacks and over. Robert likes the under here in this one. And Justin's got the D-backs here, and Robert's got the Diamondbacks. Nobody wants the Padres here tonight. They all want Gallen. I'm going under. Watch out. Corby Carroll, though, does have some pretty impressive numbers against Darvish. For Carroll, 8 for 17 for a 471 batting average and a couple of home runs and a couple of doubles as well. All right, and we're coming down to the end. Remember, some of these teams, this is the last time we're going to talk about some of these teams, not these two teams, though. The Dodgers taking on the Mariners here with Sheehan. Let me make sure Kirby's still in there. Yeah. Not every book has rushed to market here, I think, on this game. Yeah, no, they all are now, and I'm looking at $1.30 here for Kirby, it feels like. Down there, $1.30 in the total. 7 over 15. I'm seeing some heavily juiced 7.5 to the under out there. But for Emmett Sheehan here, he comes in with 6-3 record, 2.86 ERA, 185 batting average against, and a 2.43 BABIP. For Kirby, 10-7 record, 4.24 ERA, 2.55 batting average against, a 3.16 BABIP coming into this one for the Dodgers here. They've won 9 straight meetings against the Seattle Mariners. Coming into this one, of course, the Dodgers pretty much they're locked into that number 3 spot, so they really don't have any motivation here. I don't think. I think they're stuck in 3rd place here right now. So Oberg and Fitzpatrick 5-3 there. So they get it done with 4 to play, get it done there and take it and go up here 3-0. And hopefully Shoffley and Cantley can hang on. Make sure it's no worse than 3-1 here. Oh man. Uh-oh. All right, here we go. So Dodgers and Seattle now. Seattle's situation, hey, look, when you're in the position right now, 1 game back of Toronto and New York, so they do have some motivation here for sure. You got that crummy Dodger bullpen. I love this price at $1.30 here right now. I got to take Seattle in this one over the Dodgers here in this one. Mariners run line for Cash Kane. Elliott's taking Seattle. Jimmy likes the over. And Justin says Mariners for him. All right. Robert on Seattle here as well. First 5 run line. All right, say goodbye, guys, to the Royals and the A's. We won't have time for you this weekend, but we'll cover it here with Noah Cameron on the mound here, taking on Luis Morales for Cameron, 9-7 record. Cameron 6-17 to the under this season, 2.9 ERA, 2.14 batting average against. For Morales here, 4-2 record and 8 starts, a 3.07 ERA. 2.06 batting average against and 2.17 BABIP. Solid numbers for Morales here. The A's have won 6 of their last 7 at home and 9 of their last 13 games overall. Look, Noah Cameron's done an excellent job here so far, but Morales' numbers aren't anything to sneeze at here either. And I would think at this price here, it's wrong on the screen. I know that, but let me make sure I fix this. It's more like a pick'em, and I think the A's are actually Even a slight favorite here. Sorry about that, you guys. There we go. Some of the books haven't opened this game to market here just yet. The total, though, is at least 10 over at minus 120. So, man, maybe there will be some runs scored here today. I'm a little surprised by that big total here right now. I'm even seeing some 10.5s right now. So for me, I'm going to take the Athletics here in this one. Give me the A's tonight as my play here on the Morning Steam Show. A's definitely playing pretty strong here down the stretch. Okay, Justin's on Langoliers to keep going. I'm just going to sell Langoliers. I mean, how does this guy in not a great season, but all those homers he hit, and I didn't make any money on my little investment on Langoliers on one of those prediction sites. Robert likes the over in this one with KC at Atlanta. Goodbye, KC and Athletics. They were one time the Kansas City Athletics, believe it or not. All right, one more here tonight. Let's go to it. In the major leagues, we've got the Rockies taking on the Giants with Marquez going up against McDonald here. Yeah, I think it is McDonald. Maybe you need some sausage McMuffins for this next round of Ryder Cup. For Marquez here, 25 starts, a 3-15 record, 6.42 ERA. For McDonald, 3.38 ERA, 1.37 WHIP, 290 batting average against. Giants have won 15 of the last 16 meetings between these two teams in San Francisco, 8 of the last 9 overall. The Giants have won. Colorado's lost 15 of their last 18 overall. And you know how this is going to go. Give me the Giants on the run line. I don't care. They might have nothing to play for, but they've dominated this series. Colorado's gone over in 8 of their last 11 games overall. Giants have gone over in 4 of their last 5 games overall, and 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams have gone over. Elliott says, give me the Rockies here. Why not? I mean, season's over for both teams. Might as well take a little bit of a price, but I can't do it. I'm actually taking the Giants here on the run line. And Terrell says the Giants to sweep. Bet them in the series, right, Terrell? Bet the Giants in this series here. That might be the way to go. Hey, we gave away all those early profits in the stock market, and we're pretty much right back to where we started today. That's it for baseball. Thank you, everybody. And thank you, everybody, naturally, for a great season predicting games with me here. We'll preview all the games this weekend that have significance in the playoff chase, but by tomorrow, that's going to eliminate at least half the games, I would think. Robert likes the Giants on the run line. So come tomorrow, we'll probably only be previewing 6-7 games for baseball. So we'll have a little more college football tomorrow than we kind of had in the previous shows as well. So make sure you join us there. Hey, we got some other sports tonight. Let's get to it right now in the WNBA with Las Vegas taking on Indiana here. Vegas favorite on the road, right? A 4-point favorite here in this one. I think that's pretty reasonable here. But man, the Pacers. I've even said Pacers like 4 times so far. The Fever here. At home will have a raucous crowd, and they have the home field, the home court advantage here coming in, right? In this one, they've been pretty good at home, 13-9 against the spread this season, 12-7 against the spread as an underdog this season. The Aces have been profitable for sure, despite all that nonsense. The first half of the season still been a pretty good season here for the Aces, but losing that one game has cost them so far the home court advantage. So, hey, Fever could wrap this up with a couple of wins, but we'll see. Vegas will try to get it back home for a 5th game. This is only game 3 coming in. Vegas is 9-13 to the under on the road this season, but, I would think this one might have look, it's 162.5, and it feels like the playoffs have been going unders, right, so far. But I don't know if this one's going to go under. Anyways, I'm going to take the Fever here, plus the points. Let's go Fever. I'm going to take them to at least cover the spread in this one. Make it a close game here. Let's see what you guys have in the chat. And Kelsey Mitchell to keep it rolling right now for Justin. Cash Kane says this game goes to overtime. Elliot likes the aces here. Justin's on that over too, for sure. And let's see here. You got D-Money on the Pacers. And let's see here. Aces on the spread for 9 Legacy. And Dirty Red said Justin's pockets are like got all these tickets in them and everything. Robert's on the aces here. Elliot's on the over. And Terrell says, look, he thinks that maybe the first loss has kind of brought in a big discount because of the shifting of the home court and maybe because what do you really have here with the Fever, right? I'm not saying they got lucky. Look, I think the one thing that for the Fever for me is the coaching. I think that, you heard Ron Crawford talk about it all season long with the coaching staff at Indiana bringing in White to be the coach. And I think that's kind of what's making a big difference. Now, kind of have concerns here, I believe. Let me look at the injured list. Lexi Hull, I talked about how clutch she has been here.
System play.
Down the stretch here this season. I don't see her on the injured list, so that's pretty good news. The Aces don't really have an injured list. Indiana does, so you could kind of factor that in still, that they're still missing players here long term, and maybe this is going to be McIntyre and Hovland got that last hole. If they go down 4-0, this is going to be an absolute disaster. Keegan Bradley probably needs to get these rookies out of there, it feels like right now, and adjust the lineup so they're not, cold as ice come Sunday if they even draw it out that far. Oh boy. Kind of hard to get the crowd fired up too when you're struggling here right now, and Shoffley and Cantley with a 1-hole lead here. Jeez. Okay, I don't mean to interrupt the WNBA pick. Anyway, I'm on Indiana there in that first game. Let me just move on to the next one here. And Terrell says Aces just got to focus here and get it done. Don't let up. Okay, Lynx and Mercury here. Looks like I was rushing through. Lynx favored this one by 4, total 158.5 here with Minnesota and Phoenix here. Same situation. Phoenix Mercury have wrestled the home court advantage from the Minnesota Lynx, believe it or not. So we'll see what happens tonight. The same situation, right? Is it the same situation? If the Lynx keep the gas on, they can do it for sure. Here, man, Courtney Williams has been incredible, hasn't she? Wasn't her fault, I don't think. They lost that last game, and she could have another big game, it kind of feels like here. But you know what? She's been asked to do a little bit more of the scoring, it feels like here. So, look, I'm actually going to play Courtney Williams under in her assist prop here at 6. Let's see. I might have to go down to 5.5 at plus money. I know this is a very popular play here. Let me see if we can't get it, though, right now. And I think that's going to be my play. So go ahead and chime in the chat if you want in this one between Minnesota and Phoenix. I'm going to go to a player prop here right now with Courtney Williams in her assist. So I think I got it out in here. At 6.5 is minus 160. So All these assist props are heavily shaded to the under. Man, I might have to move to another one. Let me see what you guys got here. I'll kind of fiddle around with this one. Phoenix is actually just 7-10 against the spread in their last 10 games overall. Minnesota's been a terrific favorite, 23-16 ATS. Phoenix has gone under in 8 of their last 10. They've also gone under 9 of 12 as an underdog. They're also 9-13 of the under at home. They've also gone under in 5 straight at home. Give me the under in the first half of Minnesota and Phoenix. I won't fiddle around with these expensive under props. I didn't know we were looking at those kind of numbers here. Let's see what you got. Justin says Mercury first half. I'm going to go under in the first half. And Robert's going over in this one, however, with Minnesota and Phoenix. All right, I think that's going to do it for the W today. And appreciate that. We'll preview the game Sunday for sure. And not going to leave our WNBA out of it. Okay, let's go to now. I got CFL action still to cover here. The Stamps are going to take on the Owls tonight, with the Alouettes favored here by 4, maybe even 4.5. Total 50.5 here in this one. Montreal kind of does have a pretty strong advantage here over the Stampeders of late. Montreal's won and covered 7 of the last 8 meetings between the two teams at home when Montreal's been at home. Calgary's gone under in 5 of their last 6 games, and they've also gone under in 4 of the last 5 games against Montreal. I'm going to go under here in this one as my pick between Calgary and Montreal. All right, let's see if we got some comments here. And there's Jerry. Says, you taking the links there? I'm not sure, Jerry. I don't know if I'm on the links necessarily in this particular game. Cash Game likes the Stamps on the money line. Jerry says he's on the Aces. He's going with those powers there. I do hold a ticket on the Aces to win the championship. Took it back when they were just starting to get warmed up again with that winning streak. I think we mentioned it on the air. Let me see. It's not a great price, 4-1. So Jerry likes the under there. Which one, Jerry? Is it under in both of them? All right. Let me also cover the next CFL game here real quick, and we'll get on out of here. Thanks for joining me here on the Morning Steam Show. Toronto and British Columbia. For the Argos here, they've won and covered 5 straight games against BC. BC's gone over in 5 straight games, and they've also gone over in 4 of their last 5 games at home. Look, I've been an Arbuckle guy here from the beginning, it feels like, and I'm not backing down from it. He's been good. I knew he'd been good. I had to suffer through the little bit of criticism that people weren't thinking that Arbuckle would be decent here long term, and you know what, the jury might still be out, but I'm going to take the Argos here in the first half tonight, plus 4 points or so, 3.5 or 4. Give me the Argos in this one against BC in the first half. All right, Jerry's on the Stamps. He's on the under. Oh, it might have been, maybe he was talking about the Stamps game, huh? Cash Kane is on the Lions here, money line to win it over Toronto tonight. See if I can look at my players here tonight, see who my favorite props are in the CFL. Let's see, in the Calgary game, I definitely like the Montreal. Look, you're going to get some good numbers, I think, on Stevie Scott. He had 54 yards rushing and 19 yards receiving last game, and he obviously had that breakout game against Saskatchewan. I'm going to look for Stevie Scott tonight here in the game for Montreal. I think he's probably my favorite player actually tonight. Look, I might fade Vernon Adams, actually. I think his numbers are pretty high, and I might look to fade him. I mean, obviously, it's been not the production for Vernon Adams. The bigger last game was dismal in that 52-23 loss to BC. Hasn't really lived up to expectations at all over the last 3 games. He's been pretty bad, so I might also look to fade Vernon Adams here tonight. Over in the other game with Toronto and BC, but love Arbuckle tonight. I love Herslow tonight. I love Polk here and maybe Mattal as well. I've got Toronto here, maybe to put up a big number on BC, maybe even win that game tonight. I know Nathan Rourke can hit these guys, and Hatcher's having a great season. He could be in line probably for a pretty decent game for sure, as is Justin McInnes coming off that 2-touchdown game in that big win for BC over Calgary. But I'll probably maybe look at Rourke a little bit, but more so Arbuckle, Herslow, Polk, Mattal there in that one. Okay, you guys know nothing else on the CFL? Okay. And I want to let everyone know tonight, if you like Australian football or you like it sometimes, well, tonight's the champion. It's the Super Bowl of Australian football, the grand final at 12:30 a.m. Eastern, 9:30 a.m. Pacific, between Brisbane going up against Geelong. Brisbane Lions here, 12.5-point underdogs as, what can you say, as the defending champs. So if you want to check it out tonight, the championship game here between Brisbane and Geelong tonight in the AFL Grand Final. All right. And I think that's going to do it kind of for the show here. Let me make sure we got all the coverage going. Gonna go watch the Ryder Cup here and see if they can salvage this game. Make sure you join me here. Oh, there's Justin. He's going to go under in the Calgary game with Montreal. Make sure you join me here with the guys tomorrow with our UFC coverage at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific on Saturday. Get ready for that main event. Light heavyweights, Carlos Solberg and Californian Dominic Reyes tomorrow. And join Mikey for pregame tonight, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 Pacific. Get you ready for the primetime action tonight. Join me tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific for Morning's Team. We'll preview all the college football action tomorrow as well. Let's do the drawing and award a winner here today. There we go. Let's see. You got 23 commenters here today. Hey, if you win this drawing, you will enter the promo code winner at checkout. I saw 10 people entered the promo code winner yesterday. I know who you are. I know who wins, so don't think you can. Anyway, just use the promo code winner if you win this drawing, and I will hook you up with that subscription. Let's go. Whoops. Sorry about that, gang. Here we go. Stop Geo, Wine Time, Heir to the Billionaire, 9 Legacy, Flea Mathis, Hammer, Andrew G, AOD, Dirty Reg, and the winner is 9 Legacy. 9 Legacy is going to get an extra month onto their subscription here. Thank you, 9 Legacy, for all the great comments in the chat. You do a great job for me. Let me try to do a job for you. Sign up over at winnable.com. Use the promo code winner. Get my plays here for free. I love your plays, and hopefully you'll like mine. Thank you very much to 9 Legacy. Great commenter in the chat. That's going to do it here for the Morning Steam Show. Thank you to everyone for helping me get through and commenting, and we'll see you tomorrow here on the Morning Steam for the Sports Money Network. I'm Ramon Scott. So long from Las Vegas.
One for cover, that's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott, running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the Morning Steam. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the motherfucking